So this was actually gonna be a follow-up, but I think that it's probably better to put in start of the video. So I'm just gonna, yeah, you guys are gonna get it before I get into it. So my background is 5.4k player. I've been climbing 400 MR last month. I got from 2.5k to 5k in 9 months, and I was stuck there for a while. Quit the game, came back, and I've been playing for a couple of months, and I finally climbing MMR. Got 400 last 40 days, and I'm looking to get immortal. Anti-Mage my best hero. What you're about to watch. Um, just gonna do some stats on him. So I'm kind of. I know Open Dota ranking isn't the most respected ones, but I'm ranked 30 there. If anyone cares, rank 31. I have this record this for my stats. Arguably, I haven't really played Anti-Mage optimal. Maybe sure like 6 months more ago when he was played differently. But in the current meta, how he's played, this is how my stats look like in the last like 1.5 months since I've learned to play him more properly, like and better of course for each day that goes by. So this is my stats like last 40 days. 6.5 KD, 225k net worth lead average, CS 440, GBM 732, XPM 723. Total is 18 games and 11 wins, 61% win rate. I think it's pretty good for this bracket. Games have been between like 5 and 6k average games. And yeah, I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy the video. You got 280 games total. So enjoy, boys.
Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy Eat That Pussy 445, and about like 30 to 45 minutes ago.
Yo, guys, it is Sharp with today Anti-Mage guide. Yeah, Anti-Mage, a hero everybody knows, either hates or loves. Usually, carry players love it, and support players hate it for various reasons, which I can agree with myself. A very stereotypical carry hero, with most people thinking that it's a very bad hero, which is to some extent true, but it's also viewed extra negatively because people who usually play this hero are very very bad at executing it. At least that's been my experience throughout my Dota career. So Anti-Mage is a hero who's always been kind of like a niche pick. It's a flash farm hero, very hard carry, position 1. Split pushing and pick off hero, not great at teamfight. It's very strong, or very strong, but at least strong, level 1 and 2, and then scales horribly until level 6. It gets a small power spike, but the ulti is a very long cooldown, so even then, level 1, 2, and 3, I'd say, are usually where it's the strongest, depending on what support you have and what you're laning against. At least, like, until you get later in the game, where you get items. So yeah, Anti-Mage was 7.70, I think he peaked, or 7, somewhere along those lines, where he was insanely broken. The meta was just in his favor. It was like the tri-lane, easy offlane was pretty shit. He just free farmed as carry, and he had got some pretty notable buffs. And yeah, he was like super broken for like a week or two when he just got like nerfed so many patches in a row. The strength gain got reduced, his int got reduced, his shield passive got reduced, and his talents got nerfed. It's some really good talents, and I'm fast forwarding to 7.10 here, where he was probably arguably at his worst, or maybe that was 7. 7.0C. It is 7.07 what? 7.07C or 7.10. That's where it was probably as worse. Also because this is where the meta started to change from like tri laning to like these toxic dual lanes, which Anti-Mage is not a very big fan of, because at least unless you play him correctly, and what I'm gonna show you in a bit. But yeah, basically, I think he's kind of making his way. He still needs some buffs to be a top meta hero, but I think he's definitely viable in a correct game. I think people are really undervaluing him and playing him like not correctly. This is also some like it's been like my experience. Like I have 270 games as Anti-Mage. I would arguably say it's my best hero, and I would even dare to put myself as like at least top 50 Anti-Mage players in the world. I've watched a lot of RTC, BSJ, good players, Arme play Anti-Mage, comparing. Not they're better than me, obviously, for various reasons, but definitely got a good idea how to play this hero on this meta, and a pretty high win rate on this my team goes decides to feed just because of my pick. So yeah, he got buffed 4 patches in a row. First, his Mana Void level 1 got buffed to actually deal damage. It actually deals 0.8 now, so it's not just a mini stun. It actually deals damage. And it's very good versus hero with large mana pools, especially with support with a stun. Then he got his base strength increased by 1. His base regen got buffed with 0.25, which is small but notable, I think. Very regen, very important in this meta. His base attack time got reduced by 0.5, which means it's even better attack animation. And his base damage got increased by 2 in the latest 7.17, and no changes in the 7.18 patch. But in the 7.18 patch, you can go here. Our Venom got nerfed on ranged heroes. I think this you're gonna get me in a little bit why I'm talking about this, but yeah, no other item changes that involves Anti-Mage this meta. Doesn't get any of these items here, so let me just see if I missed anything at 7.17. Not here either. There's been like some Manted linkage change, which is like small. I don't really think it matters that much to Anti-Mage, but I mean obviously very tiny bit, but so I guess I'm gonna use this game as an example to show you how to lane Anti-Mage, but before I started I'm gonna say some few like how to actually play this hero, and I'm gonna show it afterwards. Draft wise, you generally want to pick Anti-Mage versus either like heroes that have high magical damage, like notably Zeus, Invoker, even though Invoker also kind of counters Anti-Mage in some way. It's like a both way thing. But like AA, Zeus, heroes like that, who's like pretty much only magical damage and high mana pools. Or if your team needs like a split push hard, like really hard carry, you can see this game. We had a very, I don't think it's very good lineup. Lion, CM, Veno, Brew. We were kind of in need of a hard carry. Like games like this where you need like split pushing, either we have decent and pick off potential. And like heroes like if you look at their lineup, they have Waste Doctor stun, Nimbus at some point, and Hookshot, and his Q, and that's all they have for stuns. Like, so heroes where you can where you can be really elusive against like low lockdown and like bad catches. Not like they have horrible catch, but you know when you get that 15 and then level 20,
Your magic ends
how are
here.
you ever gonna die in a game like this unless Ursa's Abyssal, right? If you just play this correctly, you're gonna see I'm not gonna die. I do feed like 1 or 2 times, but it's only because I played mistakenly. So I could have had a like perfect 1 or 0-1 death game, which I have a couple of recently. So actually, the biggest misconception I think there is of Anti-Mage is just sitting. I used to do this as well a couple of months ago, hands down. Just playing passively level 1 and 2. This is where the Anti-Mage is his peak. in his laning stage. Obviously because Blink, like level 1, he has plus 14 damage, physical damage to enemy heroes while taking their mana pool. And level 2, he has a Blink, which can either be used aggressively or offensively. And level 3, he gets 1 more point in mana break usually, or in E if you're against a heavy magic lane. And from there you don't scale so well in lane until you get 6, which is only sometimes worth mentioning. Usually it doesn't do very much. Can get you a kill or 2, but compared to many other ultimates, it's not a great one early game. So yeah, level 1, you either, like, depending on what lane you're against, and what support you have. In this game I had a Lion on my support. So I told him to, and we were against a Clock Ursa, 2 melee heroes. Many people will say, like, how do you ever win this lane, right? By an Anti-Mage, shit hero, right? Everybody says shit hero, Anti-Mage, early laning stage, versus Ursa. Ursa is pretty notable to counter Anti-Mage, but I actually think it's like a both-right thing again. Obviously, if this Ursa was a better player as well, this lane would have been a lot harder, and same goes for Clockwork, but still, like, I think my build was pretty reasonable. So 2 melee heroes, I tell my lane to pull me tangos so I can get Aura of Venom and Style Shield versus 2 melee heroes. Since Anti-Mage is very strong level 1 and 2, it makes sense to capitalize on that and get Aura of Venom so you can actually have kill potential, especially with a Lion who gets Stun and Hex level 2. Very strong duo level 2. Actually, since I started playing this, I haven't played with a Lion yet, but it's actually a pretty good duo, especially because he has a mana drain as well, and his nuke at level 6, so you can actually almost burst anyone as these 2 heroes. So yeah, guess I'll load up the game here. And yeah, this was the last pick Anti-Mage, and I actually, like, all my team, like, usually when I'm hovering over Anti-Mage or saying I'm gonna pick aim, they're all like, no, please. And I mean, I don't know where they're coming from, because unless you play Anti-Mage, like, perfectly or the right way, it's not a good hero this game, right? Because it's pretty good against Clock and Zeus, but still, like, Ursa and Huskar are usually considered to be counters against Anti-Mage. Huskar because he pushes, like, the pace of the game to be very fast, and, like, runs over before Anti-Mage get any slots. But, like, as you can see here, we have a pretty, like, strong defensive lineup. Like, they can't just take objectives. We have Venno who can put Ward Scale. We have Split, CM who can Nova and shit. So, like, very good team who can hold a stick, and, like, we just need a hard carry. And since Anti-Mage is probably my best hero, it makes sense for me to pick him here. So you're gonna see, as I showed before, 2 tangos pulled to me, 1 from each support, and I'm getting the Orb of Venom. And the lane is gonna be, as we predicted, top. It's gonna be me and Lion versus Ursa Clock, and we're gonna fast forward just the start. Yeah, obviously not running into them, since that would be suicide, or I would be forced to upgrade Blink.
30 seconds to battle.
I tried to eat this tree, but I got mini stunned and it got cancelled, so I took a bit of unnecessary harass. I'm just going into free camera right here. We see Venno is coming here, so I'm kind of, like, baiting them to not run off.
The battle begins.
I don't want to take too much damage. He has 4 stacks on me, so I just sit back, get the first blood, get a cell for my board, and then we get one rune, but I think first blood Anti-Mage and one rune is definitely worth it. We also saw them put down the ward before, so Lang gets dewarding and I get the Sentry, but all of this is like pretty minor, but you know, you can see like we fought level 1. Took advantage of mana break and Orphan. It's gonna fast forward, you can see what I mean. Also, as Anti-Mage, how you wanna block is gonna... This game I didn't block, but like you wanna get, unless you can get like the range creep in front, you wanna get the creep to be meet around here, in this area where they are right now, so you actually have room. If you block too much, you can't pull them back under without getting them into tower range, enemy creeps, which means you can't kill off your own range without pushing the wave. So getting the creep wave in this area, if you can, get the range creep first, otherwise just block all creeps except one melee and let it run ahead, and that's automatically gonna de-push the wave unless the enemy has range creep in front, or you can still drag the wave back and you should be fine. Getting boost level 1 since I'm against Ursa.
It shall not be.
This is like a lane where both sides are like much stronger level 2, like Ursa gets a power spike level 2, AM gets a power spike level 2, Lion gets a power spike level 2, Clockwork gets a power spike level 2, so it's kind of like up to how you play it. It's not just a hero matchup, it's gonna be a lot of skill involved. But I just want to stay defensive in this lane like this. Securing what last and then I can without taking too much harass, since I was forced to only get 2 tangos. Since I wanted to get the Orphan up.
Nay.
Missing bottom!
There's no mana, by the way. I don't know. I clicked on him, but you can't see it from my point of view. So this was actually a bit of a mistake on my part. Lane was pushing anyway, and I missed some free harass on him. Very small, but I think I shouldn't have the lane pushing this much. So we're gonna trade off Lion for Ursa here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Overvenom doing his job. So can you see how much damage it did? No, it doesn't show. I'm kinda interested how much damage Overvenom. I still think I can see it in the log, but it's a bit more complicated since it's ticks. Out of regen, ship myself some more. Getting Tread straight away. For attack speed and damage, movement speed, etc. Core item on Anti-Mage, as most people know. Tried to pull, but they pushed the way out. Forced them to push the way out without pull.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So the lane is at their side, like where they want it to be, but still not pushing. So here I tell my Lion to just, I see Ursa's 0 mana, so we just wait this overpower and he's gonna be useless. Like without mana we can just take him down slowly, wear him down. And even though I talked a lot about like level 1 and 2 is your go-to, like Anti-Mage doesn't scale and I'm on level 3 and 2 kills only. I mean, usually you wanna, or like people think you only wanna have 0 kills, or of course if you can get kills you take them, but like it's because of this lane. Obviously Ursa still scales better level 1 and 2, better early game here than Anti-Mage, so that's why I haven't played as aggressive as I mentioned earlier. Maybe I can load up another game after to demonstrate better, but just to know, like, usually if you're not against a strong lane like this, be more aggressive. Get 5 stacks, blink away.
My thanks to thee.
This'll come in handy.
And yeah, if possible, you also want to keep this lane like around here. Makes it much easier to harass the enemy as well. For items here, I talked about it in the start. Like, you don't always get all of them. Obviously, it's largely depends on what enemy you're against. Do you have kill threat? How is your level 1 and 2 looking compared to theirs? What support do you have? Maybe they're even tri-laning, or is he solo, or they're dual laning? My other build is either you get just 2 set of tangos. Sometimes you get a stick. I don't think you get wand ever in this meta, but you can get a stick. It's just like stout shield, 2 tangos, stick, or you can get stout shield, 2 tangos, salve, mango. Very rarely you can go stout shield, 2 tangos, 3 mangoes, if you're gonna be like blinking a lot, and either, or you can even pull your support and just like benefit from the passive region and pull your supports, mangoes, control click them and use it on your supports for kills. It's this strategy, but yeah, you usually don't want to save gold and AM. So stout shield, 1 set of tangos over venom, get tangos pulled from your support is one option, or the more heavy region, 2 tangos plus stout and maybe a mango. And yeah, or even in lanes where you just wanna, like, very hard consistent lanes where you have no kill threat at all, and you just wanna get every last hit you can get stout shield, 2 tangos, and quelling blade from the start. And since it's like the dual lane meta, this is like one of the reasons AM is bad. I feel like obviously like the strength, one of the main issues is like his so bad, like so weak strength gain, 1.3 per level. Max HP, I think he's like, when he's level 25 without items, I think he's like 1200 or something. Also because of the change to where he benefits less from, like, agi heroes benefits less from strength and int, but more from agi. So that also results in him getting even less health. So this is where items also play a very big role in his game. Got threats here at this point. I'm queuing up an Aquila because I know I'm gonna be in this lane. And what does Aquila do in Anti-Mage? If you can't get a fast Battle Fury, Aquila is usually a go-to because it's just such a value item. Look, 10 damage, 3 strength, 9 agi, 3 int, 0.5 mana regen is like 1/4 of clarity, and you're usually even sometimes buying clarities on Anti-Mage. So if you can have this item, like, you're gonna save some gold on clarities as well. And 2 armor versus Ursa and Clockwork. I know I'm gonna be in this lane for a while, so it provides like a lot of trading, like value trade. I can just trade way better with enemies when I have this item. And yeah, threats. Sometimes you skip threats if you can get a fast Battle Fury, like Brown Boots, or like if you really need a fast Ring of Health. Or maybe even Brown Boots Aquila instead. And then you get Ring of Health and just rush Battle Fury, because like you don't need to fight anymore and you can just farm. Then there's not much reason to go threats usually. And you can just run straight into Battle Fury. So that's usually just when you get Brown Boots and Ring of Health. Sometimes you can consider just rushing straight into Fury. But apart from that, threats, it's not really bad to go on Anti-Mage. It's a very good item. And same goes for Aquila. I only think you should skip Aquila in games where you can just like ship 1 or 2 clarities and farm like creep really safely. Aquila helps you jungler as well. 2 armor, extra damage, agi, makes you clear camps faster. Where you just have a free lane basically. then you don't need to get a kilo where you're not trading either. But yeah, since the dual lane meta is how it is, so Akila is a very good item on pretty much every Agi hero. I misclicked on myself, it's the quick cast thing. I think I clicked like here, but I clicked on my icon or something, so I just blinked on myself. I get 4 stacks here, and I'm playing a bit too aggressive. I think I'm gonna, this is where I die. I try to bait him in. I should have just waited, you know. Like, no, actually we get the kill here. I bait him with it, never mind. I'm gonna rewind this and make it over. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my line to get a stun because I know we can kill him here. It's not it. This was a fine play for me. So yeah, aggressive potential of Anti-Mage. You can get so much damage in if you have a support with 1 or 2 stuns like Lion. So much damage, like Hex 2.5 seconds and 1.8 seconds is like a total of like what, 4 seconds? About 4 seconds. Like unless you chain them completely like perfect. Yeah. So you get like his attack time is like 0.8 here with treads. That's like 5 attacks. Mana break plus 20. That's like 100 damage from this. 70. So we got a lot of damage in. So yeah, I end up going for the Aquila this game. Set myself 3 more tangos because I know I'm gonna be in this lane for a while. When my line is not here, I can't do much. I don't know why he left the lane, but he did, so I'm just sitting passively.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
I'm not getting my passive for all these reasons versus Ursa. Yeah, this is where my Lion had Hex. I took way too much damage. I thought we would like just try and mana break him. See your Lion had Hex. I just tried to get some mana break in, burn his mana, but Lion just ran and let him get like 5 attacks on me and then she just ults me and kills me. So it's like a mutual mistake from like both me and Lion, I think. Mostly on Lion, but also like unnecessary play, I think, for me. Yeah, now this lane is kind of bad because Ursa's getting 6 before us now. Yeah, I shouldn't miss that kill, but now he's 6, so I'm showing him his respect, waiting for my Lion to get back here.
Illusion.
Get back.
I usually just want to wait for your sticks when you're this close in AM. It's gonna be a power spike still. Especially when you have a hero with stun.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So see Witch Doctor, my Lion's getting close. I just jump on the Witch Doctor. Ursa's farming creeps. I'm monitoring him. He goes, I see he switches on Lion instead, so I just decide to die for Witch Doctor.
Magic thyself.
And I get my ulti. And I wait for my Lion to respawn. I know he's a TP when he gets up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, easy kill. Just outplaying Ursa. Usually don't want to be low HP as Anti-Mage in lanes, so pushing out the wave so I can get my ring of health. And the runes are about to come up as well. See Clockwork here. Call my supports. Get that kill. I max blink, so I can play pretty offensively. Only 6 seconds cooldown. Very easy to carry Ursa at this stage. And this is where you like can take a pause and just say, okay, how am I gonna die this game? Right, like right now, max blink. The only way you die is either if you get like 5-man gank, like you get like cast into like hook, perfect like chain stun lightning bolt and like nuke within the stun range, or if you use your blink aggressively and can't blink out. Like 6 seconds, they only have one stun, two with hook, some mini stun kind of things, but one traditional stun. That's not an ulti. I have very good vision top, so I'm just gonna play this area right now. I can't play bottom since Huskar is there, and Huskar shits on AM for obvious reasons in the stage in the game.
Radiant's bottom tower
I think
is
he's
under
armored
attack.
too. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just chilling top, you know. Could arguably be jungling instead of being here, but the main reason is just like I'm calling my Lion to get here because there's no reason for to have this Ursa free farming. Like AM Lion is very strong dual combo, you know. Can take all his mana out and ulti him if he forces ulti. So without my Lion, I should probably have been taking these two camps, like at least small camp, until Lion got here for max efficiency, but Lion generally shouldn't have left, but they got to kill mid, I believe, so. They actually didn't, alright, but Lion is getting here. So we want to force his ultimate before we know he has 6 stick charges and his ulti. There's no way we nuke him within 4 seconds, so I'm just gonna try and bait out his ulti.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom
And
tower
Zeus
is
comes
under
here.
attack.
I see that he is low in mana.
Tower is under attack.
The wild spirits.
This is where my Lion made a mistake. I'm calling my
Dire's bottom tower is under
my Lion to stun the Zeus, to stun the Zeus, to stun the Zeus. I keep killing, but he stuns to Ursa. And I die, but it's still a good trade. They rotate 4 heroes top. And we still killed 2 cores off for me, so. And CM who died. But, it's still worth it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, Lion died too.
Middle tower
I
is
didn't
under
even remember this. But yeah, it's still pretty even trade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now this is where it's really awkward for me as Anti-Mage in general. Like when you're in this position, your whole team is fighting top. Mid lane is pushed out by mid lane. Like you can't farm here. You're gonna have to fight. And bottom is some hero you can't. I should have seen this. Seen that. I just saw him on the map. I didn't really think about it. But I should have seen that he was TPing, and I could have TP bottom and push out immediately. Instead of what I'm gonna do is TP top, and then blink all the way bottom. I could have even just cancel it here and just run bottom. But yeah, I didn't see that he was TPing. I just saw on the map and saying bottom. Okay. But that's beside. My main point was like, if you're in this position where, if you hadn't TP'd here, your mid lane is pushed out, you can't farm in your safe lane, and in the off lane, or in the enemy safe lane, there's some hero you can't deal with. Like, it's a very awkward decision, and I didn't really know what to do, so I just TP'd top, see if I could fight here.
Dire's bottom tower
It was an outrage.
So I just blink back and run off. I see Huskar is top now. Just immediately run towards bottom. I see Zeus. I was actually gonna go for mid, but then I see Zeus here. I just run bottom. I wanna take this farm, it's too risky for me. Couldn't know that he was
middle
TPing.
tower is under attack.
Turn my kill on, push tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We get a pretty decent fight on top. Getting his tower low.
Radiant's bottom tower
One
is
creeps,
under
I'll run
attack.
back. They have TPs again. Actually, I heard someone TP, so I get out. TP mid lane. just want to get this battle for you. Just want to get battle for ASAP at this point. If that's for kills, or you just want like the safest and best way to get net worth. And I go for the. Guess this is where I can make it pause. This is where we reach mid game stage at this point. I should have at this point should either be brown boots, Aquila, battle for like 4 items is like it's like very simple. The first 3 items, at least like threats, Aquila, battle for like each of those items like correct. And very occasionally you can rush a Vanguard, or a Morbid Mask if you want to go for that. I don't ever do that though, but I think it's viable situationally. Talent wise, I see here, and you would say like, the only way I die in this game is getting nuked down, right? But also the only way I die when I get level 20 is if I blink in, like, and die in the meantime, in my 3.5 second cooldown on blink, or I get stunned like after the cooldown comes back. So what I want to do is just basically speed up my farm as much as possible to get items as well, like 10 strength after they nerf strength for agi heroes. I basically like it's less value than it was before. It's less strength, it's less health, it's less regen, etc. Where the attack speed is still the same. You can compare it like Ogre Club is 1000 gold and Gloves of Haste is 500 gold. Like that's what these two talents basically are, but the farm acceleration is just much better because you get earlier battle fury, which means you can get other items faster, like battle fury, manta, vanguard, these items that makes you more survivable. Instead of just 10 strength, like 10 strength is like 160 HP, whereas your battle fury, like another battle fury, will boost your gold and XP more. So yeah, just getting the most net efficient way to get gold. Yeah, the most net efficient play, and this is obviously by killing level 13 Zeus top. It was an easy kill. Only 300 gold, but it's like a level, and we can try to translate into a tower as well. I feel like, or not feel like, Anti-Mage is also like a objective-based hero. It's not like a group with your team and take objectives, but like you pick off teammate, like you pick off enemies, and then you take objectives right after. And as soon as we kill the Zeus, then you cancel the TP top. This is like, okay, we're gonna get these 2 boundary runes, and then we're gonna take this tower, and I'm gonna go back into the jungle, and I'm gonna farm him. Not anything I can do is not scare anyway. So, get the 2 boundary runes, push top, just that.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kill off the tower before Zeus comes here, or has the time to TP here. He nukes me, and I'm just gonna blink out because like I can't die if I'm not in like a burst range of HP this game. So yeah, I just go back to jungle. I see Wizard at the top as well. Pretty good vision. So I just go towards mid.
Regeneration.
I have a pretty good like. This is like not how you want to. This is not how you expect Anti-Mage to be, right? 8-2-2, 60 minutes into the game. You're like, what? Anti-Mage, by many kills, high kill participation. That's not like the stereotypical Anti-Mage, but I think that's how you should be playing Anti-Mage, because like if you can't have this score, like at least if you have like last pick or second last pick, like if you're not able to achieve the score, or you have like plus like 500 to 1k net worth more than this, you shouldn't pick Anti-Mage, I feel like, and it's a bad game for him. So I finished my battle fury, push out waves. Obviously, a very important thing to do, an easy thing to do as Anti-Mage. Also, a reason to take the attack speed. While you may think like 10 strength, okay, that makes me more tanky if I get ganked while I'm pushing out waves, but attack speed makes you like, okay, I can push out waves faster now, so I have less, like the enemy has less time to react to me when I'm pushing out waves. So, the enemy are grouped mid, I immediately go top.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Are scanning.
No time wasted.
Radiant structures
Don't
are
waste time as
fortified.
Anti-Mage
Dire's
generally, and you
middle
can
tower is
really,
under attack.
really outwit your opponent.
Radiant's bottom tower is under Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And I know I don't have to fight the enemy, because as long as they're not pushing high ground, as long as I'm boosting my own farm and getting towards level 20, when I get level 20, unless like Ursa's Abyssal, as I mentioned earlier, like I just can't die if I have like +1 item, like Vanguard or something. There's no way I'm gonna die in this game. I know this. That's how I'm gonna play this game. I shouldn't be able to, unless I get 5-man ganked somehow. I shouldn't die in this game. So my team's saying go fight mid. They're splitting up, pushing out top, get some damage on T2 tower. Don't want to take any risks, just get out. They went back to defense, so just gonna boost my own farm. It's not efficient, never for us to stay here top, so I just go into the jungle and boost farm. Item wise, the stage in the game after you got your battle fury, always, very occasionally you can maybe go like something like Vanguard first. I don't disagree with going, but always like 99 out of 100 games or something, get a fucking Yasha at least. I don't like, you don't have to necessarily have to get Manta. That's like the first item after battle fury, but Yasha, dude, so good. Aggie, attack speed, movement speed, everything you need. Normally you would, small note, normally you immediately push out this way, but it's a really fast camp to clear, like this Saturday camp, all mana creeps, so I just had to kill it off before I go top. For efficiency, we know they're rushing, so I just push out top. And you don't want to blink in as Anti-Mage. You have 1000 HP. You gotta be very careful. You can be a fight changer, like you can participate in fight, but don't just blink in brainlessly. You gotta like watch people's mana pools. Who can you kill? Where can you blink in without dying? Like get your blink up before. So you see, like even I love blink in, I don't commit to this because I know they can kill me if I. So I just back off and go submit, get hooked. But yeah, they can't nuke me. Fortunately, myself get cancelled. I do a stupid attempt on killing Zeus. I thought it would be like almost enough damage, but he bottled up and shit. So just get out of here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll take that.
That be a tribute.
Money changes.
So this is where I should have just gone base. For some reason I went to this fight. Don't do this as Anti-Mage. It's not worth the risk if you die here. Let's see, death timer, 50 seconds. That's 50 seconds you could be farming all, like, so much. Like, these two camps, this camp, these camps, like, you're missing like 400 or 500 gold or something, plus the death gold and experience. Like, it's just not worth these risks. And yeah, I get them. It's also like, it was a very, like, it was a bad decision for me, but it was also avoidable if this guy used his tornado. But that's it's still not my bad. But like, all the deaths this game are just mistakes that could have been avoided. Like, that's what it means to have a good Anti-Mage game. Like, games where you shouldn't die or die like one time. And this is my last death, spoiler alert, but this is my last death of this game. Obviously regretted the decision, but mistakes are made.
Dire structures are fortified.
So I queue up the mana style this game. It is usually the go-to on Anti-Mage. As like the first item after you get your Battle Fury. And then from there you usually want to go like Vanguard or Butterfly. Depending on what you're playing against this game, they have a lot of physical, like not physical heavy nukes, but like kind of nukes, but like many right clicks, not like one big ladder. I don't even know, like many right clicks. So Vanguard is good, like fast attackers like Sniper and Huskar and Ursa. Vanguard will negate a lot of damage as well as the region and just little HP. Makes it very hard for me to get nuked down, and I am gonna go for that after my Magistral. And since you make the Abyssal Blade's core item on Anti-Mage, you just generally... It's never really a bad choice. Can be not the best choice, but not a bad choice. Not wasting time farming jungle, pushing waves, threatening towers, forcing the enemy team to split off. That's what Anti-Mage does. Like, you're so mobile with the blink. Like, by the way, pause again. This level 15 talent, I see most pro players and most players go for the 15 Aggie, and I think neither of these are bad. Like, these are both really good talents, and I don't think there's ever like a wrong one. There might be like a worse one and a better one, but I don't think there's a wrong one. Like, they're both so good. Like, but 9 out of 10 games, 8 out of 10 games, I go for the cast range. It's just so good, especially when you get to level 20. Breathe. When you get level 20 and 2.5 seconds cooldown, it's gotta be a 3.5 seconds cooldown, 1550 range blink. And when you have a Seaman in your team, Aquila, Battle Fury, you have like 10 region, you can be everywhere on the map, you can be farming all the map, pushing all the right places, and like within like 20 seconds or something. Like, you can blink from here to like probably 25 seconds. So yeah, not wasting time in farming jungle.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Actually pushing the map. Don't feel safe going for this tower, but I see them pushing top, so they're showing. Can push tier 2 obviously.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tell my team to get back here. Get back to defend. They're better on defense. I'm better on offense.
Radiant
So
structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
don't have a TP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Even if so, what I know is that I'm not great in fights. I'm way better at doing this. So I tell my team to go top fight, and even if we lose this fight and they get this tier 2 tower, they still have to send 1 or 2 people back to react to me, because I'm gonna force the Tiger in.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And they have to go back. They can't even get this tier 2 tower top. They might have been able to otherwise. I'm not sure. I don't think they could, but maybe they could, but I'm eliminating that possibility just by pushing this lane. Immediately don't farm jungle, just go back to pressure mid. Like, get the golden rule, get the fucking wave creeps, push out waves when you can, when it's safest. And then you can chill with all that safe jungle farm afterwards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire is
Yeah,
scanning.
it was actually something I thought about in game. I'm starting to like see these a lot after like, watching a lot of like BSJ replay coaching sessions as well. Thinking about this, I need 100 gold here at this point, and 1 level to get regional 18 plus Manta. I could have killed this guy if I hadn't fed like that this here earlier. I would probably have been level 18 with Manta right now. That means I could have killed the Zeus. It's just like small note, but like that's a pretty big kill on Zeus, right? It could probably be like one objective we could have gotten, or like enemy couldn't farm as much. So if I hadn't died earlier, I would have probably been able to kill the Zeus here. He's half mana. If I had a level 18 mana void for sure, or just Manta, like either 18 or Manta, this guy is dead for sure. But I knew I didn't have that, so
Radiant's middle
I had to
tower
just
is
get
under
back and
attack.
farm my Manta up.
Dire are scanning.
And there's not much point at fighting in games like these as Anti-Mage at this point, because why not wait? Why not wait? Like, there's no point for you to fight versus these guys right now. They just hit their timings. Your timing is a bit later. when you get level 20 and Abyssal Blade, you can kill, like, I can kill Zeus solo, I can kill Clockwork, I can kill Wizard. There's 3 of the heroes who can't show in lanes when I have Abyssal Blade. Unless they're going to all as 5, and then they're losing so much. So yeah, my team smoke, I don't want to be part of it, I just want to farm up. But we see the Zeus here. I go a bit late, I push out wave first. Probably should have just gone straight to Zeus and push out after, but I still get here in time for the kill. I just immediately go push up bottom. This is another perk of Anti-Mage. I have briefly, like, indirectly touched it, but like, enemy can't push if you push. Like, they're in this tier. Like, I'm a Divine 3, 5.4k. It's gonna show my Anti-Mage stats while we're at it. A lot better average, by the way, in the recent couple of months. Usually like 800 plus GPM or no loss. It's just so good because you push in waves. Like, you can cut creep waves. Like, even if your whole team dies, as long as you're pushing out waves, whether it be the lane they're pushing, or if you're just pushing another lane like this here, they can't force objectives because you're just gonna be forcing them too, and they don't want to trade with just Anti-Mage. If you have 4 heroes, like 3 heroes that they're like 3v1 or 3v2 or 4v2, and they're trading with you, that's pretty bad. So you can usually outmaneuver your enemies in this bracket. It's also a note, if you play against Anti-Mage, make sure you have, like, especially if you're going high round, make sure you have like 2 or 3 waves pushed. Otherwise, Anti-Mage is gonna cut your creeps. Especially when he hits 20, he can just cut any creeps unless you have like so much done. In this game, again, a reason I pick Anti-Mage is like, what are they gonna do? I said this before. What are they gonna fucking do when I get level 20? Not shit. You're not gonna do shit if I don't feed. I mean, I can just chill. I can just push out waves here aggressively. This guy's not gonna do shit to me. I was planning to get a BKB here. I decided Vanguard is enough. I already talked about why Vanguard is good in this game.
'Tis mine.
Get the bounties, Anti-Mage global map presence. Get the bounties if you can, as long as you're safe. Get them. Help your team get them. Have Vanguard almost unkillable, or not almost. I am unkillable at this point unless I blink in. So I force this tower aggressively. Use my Lancer, not much to purge. This guy, Maledic, sorry, Casket, I just get back. Nova Scourge coming there as well. Force 3 heroes top. Almost level 20. When I get level 20, I can do this shit even more. Even better. Queuing up Butterfly. I'm not gonna, like, this is a great offensive and defensive item on Anti-Mage, since you already have dealing, like, you can already deal with magic damage from this, and Vanguard helps you just like be tanky against right clicks, and the same does Butterfly. Both gives you offense with Aggie, movement flutter ability, and attack speed, etc. You know, Butterfly, and it gives you evasion as well. Versus these heroes, Huskar or Ursa, it's very good versus those 2 heroes, especially because I anticipate that Ursa is gonna go for Basher this game, and he is gonna go for Basher. If he's gonna miss 35% of the chance, then the Basher's worth 35% less. So yeah, I'm level 20. I can even. I don't want to say always, but like almost always. Look, I just blink at this guy. They are 3 heroes. They're gonna use hookshot on me. They use Nimbus. They're gonna use Death Ward. But what do? I just blink out. It's 3 seconds cooldown. They don't have more than 1 stun. Like, they want to shit to me. That's the point of why I pick Anti-Mage. I recognize this as an Anti-Mage player in this game, and you're gonna recognize this too if you're gonna play this hero and capitalize of it on his strengths. And you don't have to, when enemies are grouped, you don't have to fight them head on. Like, why would you? It's not where Anti-Mage shines. You will go push some lane, push faster than them usually, unless they have like a really
Dire's
heavy
top
pushing
tower
lineup
is
like
under attack.
Drow lineup or some shit. Or Anti-Mage, you usually don't pick Anti-Mage against those unless they last pick it. Just go force them to split, and then make your team get favorite fights. Like
Radiant's middle tower is
they're
under
gonna be
attack.
fighting without you anyway. Why not? Why not? If you can get instead of getting a 4v5 for your team, if you can make that a 4v3 for your team, do it. Like or 3v3 if your mid lane is also splitting. So I'm just gonna dive on this dude. I know they can't kill me. Like I'm just gonna go on this guy. I'm gonna dive him. Who's gonna kill me? I'm just diving. I'm diving the fucking T4s. 27 minutes.
My sorcery.
They're not gonna do shit to me. Look, this guy hooks me. This is where I made a mistake. I don't die here, but I should have checked Ursa because I knew he was gonna move Basher. I should have checked right here when I have vision of him. If he has completed the Basher, and he does, and he has, and he blinks in the bottom.
Radiant's bottom
I didn't think he had
tower is
Basher
under
completed,
attack.
so I didn't blink out. I could have blinked out already, but I get out luckily. But yeah, if I was very unlucky there, I could have died. So no reason
Radiant's
doing
middle
that.
tower is under attack.
But yeah, it's just a small misplay, not checking his inventory. And then I'm just gonna notice I'm just gonna push in all waves where I can. When my team is not doing, I'm just gonna push in waves.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
We don't have
are
to force high
fortified.
ground. Just wait for a good opportunity.
Radiant's top tower is
Forming
under
towards my
attack.
butterfly. They're sitting in their base. We're getting the whole map. Like when you force your enemies into the spot as Anti-Mage, you can farm the whole map because you have like 3-second blink cooldown. That's what you're seeing. Like look at this graph. From just like 5 minutes, look at this graph. It's like 7k change or something. 6-7k change. And they're trying to sneak a Roche.
Dire are scanning.
I'm waiting for a good opportunity to present. Wait for always be patient and Anti-Mage. Don't rush things. That's how you lose games. Let's say they even wipe my whole team here, and get to Roche somehow. If you're doing what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna kill the creeps, and I know they can't kill my whole team here, right? They shouldn't be allowed to. I'm not gonna allow them to, but even if they did, I would have just blinked down here. Kill these creeps, kill these creeps, kill these creeps, and they can't get any objectives besides that. But I know that actually I go for this. I forgot about this, but yeah, I just go. Why should I be doing this? This is like there's a risk involved in this. I'm just gonna go for the safe play. Push tier 2 mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
See that
tower
Sushi is
has
back?
fallen.
See, where's our team back? So now that you force, this is another way or another aspect of Anti-Mage, like how you play the hero, splitting people up. When you force tier 3s, the enemy has to react to you, or they're just gonna lose tier 3 racks. Now when they react to you, with your blink, like global presence, like 10-20 seconds, you can get, like, you're the one who can force favorable fights. You can say, no, I don't want to fight this, so you go fight. Then two heroes react, let's say two heroes react to you. Here's Zeus and Witch Doctor. However, Witch Doctor's TV got cancelled, so but Ursa is also running towards me. Then there are two heroes less, then I can take this fight, and it's a favorable fight for me. So I'm gonna go here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The cost of magic.
Just playing it safe, getting my butterfly. Just gonna maximize my own farm. They are bypassing to get Roche. And I just say, fuck it. Let them get Roche. I'm gonna take top. I think I'm here. No. I probably should have forced high ground here, but. Oh yeah, it's because I tried to steal, we tried to take the Aegis. And I can do this because they have one stun. I can just bang in there and try and steal the Aegis. I probably could have gotten it too, but it was just minor mechanical.
Radiant's top tower
misplay, but they still used 2 barbarians to get this Roche. I'm fine with that. As Anti-Mage. That makes my game easier. I don't really care about Aegis. If they group, it's just better for me. I can just split more. I'm gonna go for this. So just want to secure my level 25 here. I'm pretty much invincible this game if I get the spell shield. Or I am invincible. They're not gonna kill me ever. Butterfly, Vanguard. 90% magic resistance. They're just not gonna kill me unless I majorly fuck up. That's the power of Anti-Mage. If you abuse him, like capitalize on his strengths, you can do this.
Disappointing.
2.5 seconds cooldown on blink. The enemy is growing bottom. I go immediately back, push top. They're not gonna get shit good fights for free. I'm just gonna. Okay, they're pushing bottom. My Bruce says he's casting TPs. I'm just getting wrecked. I get wrecked here. I get out after. Maybe I could have gotten 200 damage if I went here. Just safe play. It's the only reason the only way I have a slight chance of dying, and it's not worth it. I'm just gonna wait for my Abyss Blade. When I have Abyss Blade, I can kill this guy if he's chosen lane. I can kill this guy if he's chosen lane. I can kill this guy if he's chosen lane. Just gonna farm it. And we're just gonna shove in all 3 lanes. Shove in all 3 lanes. Make them stay in this brace. While we farm all the map. Get shrines, get objectives, get farm. Make this never fleet even bigger. And you see the kills required even. Even. And I'm pretty much 6 loaded. Aquila, still decent 6th item. Don't blink into them here, because they're all grouped. They have 80 still. There's no reason to take a risky fight when you can just wait. Be patient, wait for the good opportunity. Force the enemy to make bad decisions while you choose if you want to take it or not. Don't force yourself into bad fights or risky fights. Fast reaction from the Berserker save Mr. Seuss. And I'm just gonna shove in all lanes. I don't want to group with my team, just push one lane. That's not capitalizing on my or our team strengths. They're grouping. Look, they're sharing XP as 4 heroes while I'm farming for 3 lanes. And my team is farming this lane and jungle. They're not getting any camps. They're sharing 1 lane for every 2 heroes. And we don't have to force anything. We're just waiting for. We can just wait for Aegis to run out, and you'll have no buyback after that, right? 3 minutes, 2 minutes of Aegis or something. Just wait for good timings, for good fights. Be patient. Get the Ursa here. I go on the backline. I kill Zeus. He buys back. I kill Witch Doctor. There's nothing they can do to me at this stage in the game because of how I played. And this is even with 1 or 2 fuck ups. Like, if you play the game this way in a good Anti-Mage game, you shouldn't lose. Like, as long as your team is decent. Like, I really don't think Anti-Mage is that bad. I just think it's like people were just not playing. They were just. Although I play against them all the time as well. I don't play with them because I usually queue roll cure for carry, or when a good Anti-Mage occurs, I pick it. But it's just like the stereotypical Anti-Mage, so I'm gonna find one game I know. Like this game, he wasn't even that bad. He was just not good. He didn't have 1000 XP, you know? 12, 3, 5. We even had a feeder or necro. Look at this. 118. We still won this game because he just didn't do it well. You know, he took bad fights and then he died, and then he buybacked and then he died again. And he just blew his advantage up Still, like, look how you win the game. Like, look how you're gonna lose the game. How does the enemy want to play? They're not gonna like. Just think about getting level 20. Like, you can usually just do anti-mage every game. Uh, Also think about it. Like, just think about this when you're playing anti-mage as well. Think about the late game. Can I survive laning stage? And what are they gonna do to me when I get level 20? Because if you can survive laning stage and they almost can't touch you when you get level 20, that's a good anti-mage game for you. If you have just like a decent strong support and the enemy doesn't have the like Sky Axe or something dual lane, you can go off Venom and kill them. Like, you can do so much for this hero. People are bad at like. I only think anti-mage is. I think he's. If you're playing correctly, he's definitely a fine, good hero. In 5k, 6k bracket, I only think that people really know how to play against him. Like high mortal, 6.5, 7k. That's where anti-mage is getting bad because that's where his stats kick in. That's where when people know how to actually play against him. But like a good anti-mage still a game. A good anti-mage game is still a good anti-mage game. So capitalize on your strengths. Don't force yourself to take bad fights. Force the enemy to make bad decisions. And then split them up, kill them off, make your team have good fights.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Oh, so that was a bit more of a like replay analysis part that I want to be. I want to talk a bit more about Anti-Mage in general. So just gonna round up with see if I actually have any other examples, really good examples. Actually, it's a very sad game. Like this is gonna happen to you as well when you pick Anti-Mage, like, because like the stereotypical Anti-Mage, you just AFK farms jungle, doesn't do shit, then dies, and you lose the game. You know, like 1 or 2 times, like. Not playing the anti-mage like this, just playing him and then forcing yourself into a bad decision and you lose the game. I was like this a couple of months ago as well. I wasn't, even though anti-mage was one of my most played heroes back then. Also made mistakes. But after watching these high tier 1 players playing the hero, got another understanding and applied it to my own game. This is not just copying. This is my own like version of what they're doing. This is sharp Dota. Even this game, like my team just came. Oh, he picked Anti-Mage. Now I have the right to ruin this game because he picked Anti-Mage, right? And look at this. I got like 1 or 2 lanes Rex, but my team didn't want to play because I was Anti-Mage. So I did highest KDA, highest everything on my team, but my team just gave up. They didn't buy wards. They just gave up because I was playing Anti-Mage. So like you're gonna run into this when you pick Anti-Mage because some people are just toxic.
Truth compels me.
Stereotypical like hypocrites, you know. I mean, there is a reason for it. There's a lot of shitty anti-mage players. There are almost only shitty anti-mage players, but it's not the hero. It's a player base. It's like so many players play as hero and just waste this potential. I feel like. So yeah, let me see here. I think I finished my guide on it, unless I forgot to save it. I forgot to save it. Very cool, but just gonna go over it once again. Core hero. Talked about item build, starting item build, start. Early game. This usual item. Sometimes you go a kill. I can put in a killer here as well. Core items. Battle Fury, Mantle Style, Abyssal Bait, 3 best items, along with Butterfly. Sometimes you want to go Butterfly if you want to, like, get level 25 or something. Really, like, or that goes much for if you don't have pick-off potential, but just, like, have a tower threat. Like, you can get towers and buildings. That's like your purpose, like, just split pushing the towers, not forcing the enemy to split up and then killing them one by one. Then sometimes Butterfly before Abyssal Bait, but usually Abyssal Blade never a bad item. Gives strength, HP regen. The bash obviously and the lockdown are very overwhelm. Very good. Items very situationally. If there's no good services carry on the enemy team, as well like Barra, sorry, Legion Commander, you know,
Your
heroes like that
magic
where you
ends
actually don't want to
here.
block it back. But apart from that, it gives almost the same. Like most people think, like that's like the same and better thing is because it's not only 10 stats. I know Lincoln is 3 stats more, but it's also 175 health and mana, and as well as ability is usually better. But if there's like a Shadowblade enemy team, I don't think you'd ever go for this. But the main reason I almost always go Lincolns is like, or it's the fucking region. Because when you get the, at least how I play Anti-Mage, like I already said it, get level 20. If you have enough mana regen, like if you have Battle Fury and Lincolns, you're like 50 mana regen or something. You can just literally blink all over the map. You're never gonna miss mana. You can just blink, be global, never have to back to the base. Maybe ship your clarity like once in a while. Then you can just blink, like you can blink every 3 seconds around the map. So yeah, the region is why I usually go for Lincolns. I think Yank is always a safe choice. Um, Try not going Axe until you get like a better feel about it, I guess. Other items hard in games where you can just like blink out, reset, get full HP. Like where also if you're playing like against the board or something, like Vanguard hard, so you can actually survive Chrono. Skadi in games where you're, like you feel like you need maybe like hard, like you really need to tank up, but you could also use like hard is only defensive. Whereas Skadi is like both way. It's like defensive and still gives you 25 Aggie, gives you the slow as well. Pretty good on anti-mage, the slow. Moonshard, when you can do it in a few games like hard stomps, where you just want to boost your farm even more. You can just buy a casual Moonshard, boost up your farm. Just like if we farm the whole map, just farm the whole map with Moonshard and consume it and buy another item. Otherwise, buy it when you're 6 slotted. You can buy it as well, like as a 6th item sometimes, like Abyssal Butterfly, Lincoln's, Manta, Belfry. Oh yeah, also actually one, I talked about it already, but these 2 talents. Taking this over this and then getting this allows you to replace your boot slot. Because if you get Lincolns and you have Battle Fury, you have a 3-second cooldown blink, 1600 range almost. That means you basically don't need boots. You have a 3-second blink, which means that instead of taking 15 Aggie, you can get a full item. You can get a full item
I
Bring
bring an
an
if you're
end
gonna
to
play for late
magic.
game. I definitely would not go for Aggie. I only go for Aggie if in like either a game where you have to like you have to take a fight, like you have to fight the enemy, before on this, or they just gonna run over you and take your base, or if you're like ahead by a lot already and you just want to close out the game, the 15 instant Aggie can be like a boost. But if you're playing for a late game or you're not sure what to take, you can always take the range because the late game it allows you to have another item slot. I know you still get the cooldown level 20, like even if you take Aggie and you still can solve your boots, but it just makes it better to have 400 extra range. Also, people say
Such sorcery
sometimes I
shall
even
not.
pick AM versus Seeker. I know
Cold
everybody
blood
thinks that
seeker.
Seeker is good with AM, and he is. He is fast paced. He plays he counters AM in pretty much every aspect. But if you even if Bloodseeker has a good lane, as long as or let me put it like this. Think about how you're gonna lane as anti-mage. As long as you're not laning with a Seeker, you're good. If he's laning somewhere else, just think about if you can get out of your lane and get a decent level 20 or level 15, sorry, you can blink out of his rupture with
Turn
the
magic
blink range.
aside.
As long as you're allowed to get level 15 within a reasonable amount of time. Oh, my voice is actually getting tired. Gonna close it out. Gonna go through back to the guide. Yeah. When you don't want to show lanes much, and just boost your farm overall, get a faster vanguard, still better than 10 strength, right? Get the attack speed. In games where the only way you die is like if the enemy has like a set amount of nuke, where they can nuke you within that amount of time. Get strength like RP, black hole, chrono, stuff like that. I still it might be better to get attack speed, so you don't have to show as long in lanes, and you can get a faster vanguard, as I said. You can always go for the blink. I pretty much go this every game. I said it. It's just so good with the cooldown reduction. Spell shield. Usually, I feel like these are like they're both good in the same type of games. I think you like 75% of my games are spell shield and 25 or mana void. You can get the mana void in like games where you need like an extra bit of nuke to kill off heroes, or against heroes with a very large mana pool, or you have like BKB or something like where you don't where you're not afraid of dying. You can go for the mana void, or you have very good pick off potential. Then you can go for mana void as well. Items. I think I forgot, or I didn't touch every item. There's MKB versus heavy evasion. You usually don't want to go MKB on Anti-Mage. It's just not that good compared to other items. It's a full slot. But if you guys like PA or something, you can always get it. It's not awful, but an AC and like games where you want to either group with your team and like take objectives, which you rarely want to do as Anti-Mage, but there's occasionally where you want to go for it. Or when you just split pushing very hard, you don't want to go Deso. Usually you can go Deso, but that's really committing. But it also makes you a bit more tanky. If you get ganked when you're pushing. SNY very very rarely, only in like awful and Manta games. Yeah, the only thing I have left to say is probably after battle for a year, you can make you always make Asha, and then you can make like and good like where enemies have like pick off like stuns like Lion and Legion. I usually go like I think I have it this game. My last AM win was this one. No, this one not it. But I went here Yasha Vanguard as well. Maybe it was in my loss actually. Nope. Gotta be my win before then. This game, I think. Yeah, this game. I went. You can see here. I actually had it's a very good game as well. Might do replay analysis at some point. Almost played perfectly this game. Even though I was versus Poch, Necro, and Kunga, I finished the game with 0 deaths. Even though the enemy was like 5k head, 10k. No, sorry, that's probability. 5k no per head for like most game. But yeah, I went. My point was Battle Fury into Yasha into Lincolns. You like games where you want to be more survivable. You don't like Manta's offensive item, right? Unless they have like something you really like, you really want to debuff. Like if you're playing against Silencer or heroes with silences or like heavy debuffs. You can go like Manta, or if you just want to play a great. Otherwise, except for that, Manta is or Orchid. Manta is offensive item. So I just Yasha Lincolns or Yasha Vanguard, depending if you're like versus heroes that have like X Mark or and Scythe. Depending on what you're against, just getting the Yasha and then getting Lincolns and then going back to finish the Manta is usually enough. But yeah, I might do something at this point. But just to summarize before I close out, AM got buffed 4 patches in a row. He's not that awful anymore. People like the main reason for him, people hating on him is because the player base is so awful. Like there's so few people. Like even when I watched like top like 500 players, like I usually would dare to say I play Anti-Mage better than them. Does the hero not playing optimally, like and draft? Oh, sorry, I finished actually. And the main reason I think AM is bad, apart from the strength, his weak ass strength gain, making him extremely squishy, unless you have the items to make up for it, is the dual lanes. But I hope I told you how to play as with Anti-Mage as a dual lane, if you can actually dominate the lane like the first 2 levels and get like that advantage to make up for your weaker level of like 4 or 5, like those levels when you're like at the weakest compared to the enemy in your lane, depending on what level they are. Then you can make up for it. So play Anti-Mage aggressive level 1 and 2. This is what every good AM player does. Play aggressive if you can. Of course, there's exceptions. AM is not the strongest level 1 or 2 hero in the game. There are stronger heroes. If you're against those heroes, good luck. Might do some more analysis on that, and then you just jump play Anti-Mage usually. And oh yeah, I didn't go over skill build actually. Usually, mana break level 1 obviously to harass enemy with your support, if possible, if it's a lane, or blink. Like it's like 80% mana break, 20% blink, I'd say, or if you get like caught early and you have to upgrade blink to get out. And then you get level 3, like obviously level 2 is blink, and level 3 is a second point in mana break. Then you leave your mana break, you max out blink. Sometimes you go for, I think you can probably realize when you need spell shield, but I would usually leave it be unless you really need it. To like level 8, if possible. And then you max out like max blink, ulti, talent. Like I have a guide for you. I'm gonna publish it so you can, if you wanna, I can put a link in the description as well. Publish. Might do some updates to it, but publish it so you can see my skill build. Yeah, don't get a second point and don't start maxing your spell shield till level 13. Lowest priority. Yeah, and drafting, like when to pick Anti-Mage, I talked about already, but summary. When enemy have low catch, you can dominate the lane and snowball. Like you can like where your team can't even like, no matter what hero you pick, your team can't find them head on. Like you need pushing, or you need pick off like. And this is not for every player. Like this is like for more greedy players. I feel like I'm a very greedy player myself. That's why I play Anti-Mage. That's why I play Terrorblade. But it's not a great patch for these heroes. It's like Bloodseeker, Terrorblade, but Anti-Mage is not as weak as Terrorblade actually in lane.
Magic
So
shall not
that's how you
prevail.
adapt as Anti-Mage in this meta. I feel like if you still wanna play Anti-Mage, then that's how you do it. I feel like this meta. Sorry, my voice is a bit of a mess. It's very hot in here. My voice is sore. My throat is sore. Yeah, draft, if they have low catch, you can pick off them. They have like these magic nukers like Zeus I talked about earlier, Invoker, with high magic damage or high mana pools. You can generally just like lack of CC stunts, most notably, and you can just cut waves. Heath Club. Starting items talked about it. Early lane, harass enemy mid game. You want to be maximizing your own farm, like be the most efficient with your net worth, like how to gain the fastest, like gain most net worth the fastest way. And late game, a lot of people think Enter is a late game hero. Not true. Enter shines the most when he's like 5 to 10,000 above, like that's like a good Enter game, like 5,000 at least above like second place, like this game you see. I start to like shine here around here this area, where I snowball out of control, and I like 5-10k above like the highest enemy core. That's when an AM shines, like, because when a hero gets level 25 and 6 level, that's usually when he shines, right? And if he, that's like the power of Anti-Mage when he gets that before everyone else. I would also dare to say that he is stronger than most heroes just at level 20, unless they have a lot of catch. Because you just have that global blink. It's just insane. If they don't have catch, they can't kill you if you play correctly. And yeah, split pushing, forcing the enemy to take bad fights while you can decide whether you want to do it or not. Like, don't force yourself into take bad decisions, and and do it correctly. And I might do some follow-up on Anti-Mage. It's my best hero after all, at least like top 3. So I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and if you want to know more about other hero or Anti-Mage, you can comment or something, I don't know, let me know.
I beat the fuck out of my dick so goddamn hard that I can't even feel my left leg. My left leg has went totally numb. And my dick has also went totally numb to the point where it feels fucking weird when I go and take a piss.
Now this is a story all about how
I beat the fuck out of my dick.
upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Ho, shut the fuck up. I ain't saying she a gold. Yo, home,